In this next problem, we're going to evaluate an expression involving an inverse secant using our graphing calculator on our Smartboard interactive whiteboard. We want to use our calculator to find the value of secant inverse of 4 rounded to 2 decimal places. If we go to our graphing calculator, we notice that we don't have an inverse secant option. We do have inverse sine, inverse cosine, and inverse tangent, but not the inverse secant. So we have to do a little bit of work first. If we let y equal the secant inverse of 4, we can write an equivalent equation as secant of y is equal to 4. Now recall that secant is 1 over cosine, so we can write 1 over cosine y is equal to 4. If we take the reciprocal of both sides, we'll get cosine of y is equal to 1/4. Now here we can rewrite this equation involving an inverse cosine. We'll get y is equal to cosine inverse of 1/4. And we do have an inverse cosine feature on our calculator. So we'll go back to our graphing calculator. Do a second function on our cosine, gives us cosine inverse. Before we continue, we want to make sure that we're in the right mode. We go back to our mode button. Note that we have 2 modes for trig functions. We have radians and degrees. We want to make sure that we stick to radian mode. So we'll move down. So our cursor is on the word radian. Hit enter to select that. And then we'll quit back to our home screen. So we want the cosine inverse of 1/4. Do 1 divided by 4. Close parentheses, enter. And we can drag that over. So from our graphing calculator, we can see that secant inverse of 4 is approximately 1.32.